Salvo Quinci. I'm the export manager of Quanta System, which is a company that Jay Norman and Osimirtek are representing here in Australia. I'm the export manager of Asia Pacific, so I will introduce you the company first, and then a general overview of our production, because as you could see, we have a pretty wide number of units, a machine and technology. Some few words to start about the company.
On the other side. Yeah.
This one, okay. So the company is based in Milano. So we are an Italian, 100% Italian company. We are part of the Elen Group. Probably some of you already heard this name. Elen is the third biggest laser group in the medical field for dermatology, aesthetic plastic surgery, urology, all these kind of applications. It is based in Florence. It's listed at the stock exchange in Milan, and with a capitalization of about 450 million euros. It is one of the best company in the market so far. It is growing very much. We are laser manufacturer, of course. We have a wide range of products. We are specialized mostly in medical devices, but we have also part of the company that produce laser for industry and heart restoration and things like that. Some numbers about the company. We are only Quanta System, of course, not of the group. The group is much bigger. We are, doesn't work anyway, we are about 120 employees, with 7% of our turnover is invested in R&D, which means new development and new devices every year, pretty much. We have more than 100 distributors worldwide, so we are very well distributed worldwide. The last year, so in 2016, we had a revenues of almost 45 million euros, with an average growth rate in the last 8 years of about 15%. There's a graphic later on, if you can see. As I told you already, we are part of the Elen Group, which is listed at the star segment of the Italian Stock Exchange. We have just moved to the new factory recently, which is always close to Milan, but more closer to the airport, with a size of 7,000 square meters and a production capacity of 8,500 units. At the moment we are not producing. At the moment we are in the range of 3,700 units a year in total in the medical field. Just some information about what we have done, because probably for some of you it's the first time you hear this name, but we are on the market. We have been on the market for a long time. 1985 as a spin-off of the University of Milano, and when we started producing laser, we started with laser for scientific application. We were the first to install a laser in Antarctica for monitoring the ozone hole. We were the first in the world, for example, to introduce the dusting effect. Now the pointer doesn't work. The dusting effect in the field of surgery, internal surgery and urology, thanks to our technology that is able to arrive at a certain level of frequency. We were the first to develop the mixed technology, which is something I'm going to highlight you later on, which is something that only Quanta have, the mixed technology, so the ability to put together two wavelengths in the same emission, or independent and sequentially. This is an example, but we have other devices that can do that in Q-switch mode and long pass mode, which is impressive. And we have been the first, at the moment, we are still the first in developing the most powerful laser in the aesthetic world, which is our picosecond laser. It's the only one that is able to reach the peak power of 1.8 gigawatt, which is a very high level of energy. And you will see later on, there's a specific presentation. If we have time, we will go into the details with that. Our characteristic, and now we go into the technology, is the ability to put together in our machines multiple wavelengths in multiple pulse duration. So because in the laser field what it counts really is on one side the wavelength, which is the ability to hit a certain target. On the other side is the pulse width, which is the ability to destroy that target in a specific way. Thermal effect, photoacoustic effect. So all our devices are a mix of wavelength and pulse modalities that allow us to treat with the same machine many different applications. Okay. Let's go straight. This is a picture of our new building. This is the great road I introduced you before. Let's go straight to the technology. This is our market share. Let's go inside the technology. So as I told you, we have the ability to mix more wavelength and more pulse duration. Everything is done for one reason. Practically, we want to give the possibility to our customers to have the chance to use the machine in a wide range of applications, because otherwise the problem is that every wavelength has a limited number of applications, so then you should have every time a new laser for making a different application. Okay, for example, in the field of the, I don't know, today we are talking about specifically about the tattoo removal. If you don't have all the wavelength or the specific wavelength for all the colors, you cannot treat all the colors, and then you cannot treat all the tattoo. The same in the field of, I don't know, hair removal. Depending on the skin type, if you don't have the specific wavelength, you cannot treat specific skin type. You can do hair removal, but not for all the skin type, because it can be too aggressive, it can be not effective, a lot of reasons. So we try to go in a direction where you can have the option to have a versatile machine. Okay. And the more indication of use for all skin type, with a limitation, with a minimal limitation in the use, so you can use it in the widest way possible. More power and speed depends more on the technique and the technology. More flexibility, less or low running costs, which is very important for you, especially when you invest in this business. The product that resume all these characteristics is the Evo platform. Evo platform is the latest product we have developed in the Quanta system. Is a platform with the same shape and size, but we can have inside different wavelengths and different configuration at your choice. Okay. And this way we can cover the complete range of application in the field of dermatology in this case, but just changing the configuration of the same platform. Okay. Sometimes the platform can be upgraded. Okay, you will see later on. So more flexibility, same approach. The platform has 14 configurations, so that's a big number. And all of this configuration have a specific characteristic that can make that specific product different from the competitors. This is the resume of all the configuration we have, which is light series. Light stands for long pulse laser. So this series of lasers includes all the wavelength possible in the long pulse modality. Long pulse means milliseconds emission. Okay, so usually a removal, usually vascular lesions, skin resurfacing, this kind of application. And we will see later on the possible configuration. Then we have the Q plus series. Q plus stands for Q switch laser. Okay, Q switch laser are those lasers that are in the range of nanoseconds. Photoacoustic effect. So we don't have thermal effect on the skin. It's a cold laser, we could say. Okay, and this is a typical laser used, for example, for tattoo removal, pigmented lesions. Okay. And then we have NDKO plus Q plus star. The name depends on the market. In the American market, it's called MDK, which is a combination of the two, light series and Q plus series. So practically long pulse laser with Q-switch laser in the same device. Okay? Active mode. I mean, I don't want to be too technical, but it's important to show you the difference. Active and passive laser is an important difference. For passive laser, I mean all that laser, they have plug-in end pieces. Okay, so the source of the laser is in the end piece. Okay, for active laser, I mean all those lasers, they have the source of the laser, the cavity is called, inside the laser. What's the difference? The difference is huge. The main difference is the energy, so the power of the laser itself. Because active laser, because of the cavities inside the laser, it's much more powerful. Okay, and then you can dose the energy in a very wide way. So you can have high big energy, shorter pulsation. Okay, the passive laser, it's a compromise for the market. They are less expensive, but at the same time less powerful. Okay, so this is a big difference in the technology. Q plus are active lasers, so long pulse and Q switch in the same device in active mode. So at the top of the standards of the application without compromise. Then we have the three machine on the right hand side, which are domino duetto, which are specific long pulse laser for hair removal and vascular lesion, the first two, which had the characteristic of having two cavities. So it's like having two lasers that work simultaneously. So they are powerful lasers for specific application, in this case hair removal, vascular lesion. And then the discovery Pico series, which is the series of pico laser. Pico stands for picoseconds, which is
10 to minus 12.
10 billion of a second, or 1,000 times shorter than a nanosecond. We are in the range of a very short pulse duration. It's the new technology in the market, came out 2 years ago or something. The major application in this technology are pigmented lesion first and tattoo removal at the same time. Okay, and in this case we have two choices: Discovery Pico Plus, which is with 3 wavelengths; Discovery Pico is the standard one with 2 wavelengths. I know it's probably too much information, but it's important to have this because otherwise you cannot understand why we are different. Now there are here, for all the machines that I mentioned, there are the specifications. So for specification, it means energy, spot size available, application, configuration in pulse width. So all our Q switch, for example, are not only in nanosecond, they are double pulse nanosecond and free running. Free running is 0.303 millisecond. So we are in the range of photothermal, so you can do also skin rejuvenation, for example. Little vascular lesion, like for example, superficial rosacea or cuperosis, something like that. Just because not even the single specific device has only one characteristic. I have a multitude of pulse duration and possibly wavelength as well. For example, in the Q switch range, we have a machine which is called Q plus C Evo, has 3 wavelengths inside, in 6 nanosecond pulse, 6 double pulse, free running. That means that it's much more than the competitors can offer. That usually offer all one single wavelength or not all this, to say, pulse durations. Okay. Another characteristic we have, especially in the Q switch mode, this is a big difference with the competitors. We work in single spot sizes. So that means that we have handpieces that have a single spot size, not a zoom. We have the zoom in the long pulse, not in the Q switch. Why this? Because we are the only on the market so far that in the Q switch mode work with a square shake. Square shake means that you can have a much easier treatment because you don't need to overlap them much. The overlapping, even in case you want to have it, is much easier than the shake, the round shape. And the distribution of energy, it's completely flat top, so uniform in all the surface, which is very important. especially when you do pigmented lesion either or tattoo removal. Okay. We also have, on request, the round shape. Okay, so you can switch from one to the other if you want. These are the application for the for the Q-switch laser. Application means they are declared in the user manual and then they are certified for this specific application. So what does it mean? It means that if in the future you do one of these applications and accidentally you have a problem, you burn someone else, anything can happen, and this person say you couldn't use that machine for that application, you can show them, no, this is listed in the user manual and the machine is listed for this application. Because what happens often in the market is that I have a laser, no matter the certification said this laser can be used for, they say I can use it for everything. This is not correct, because okay, with the Tank 64 you can do a lot of things, but if it's not listed in the user manual, the wrong use of the machine is not allowed. Tank 64 in long pulse is for vascular lesion, as well as skin rejuvenation, as well as hair removal and dark skin. But if it's a Q-switch, it's not effective. Or if it's a long pulse and you use it for the tattoo removal, it's dangerous. So it's very important what we declare, because if something happens, then you can be in trouble if you're not clear about it. So for Q-switch, our Q-switch in all the configuration can treat tattoo, benign pigmented lesions, dermal or epidermal, hair whitening in Tank 64, skin rejuvenation in Tank 64, permanent eye reduction in ruby in photothermal, okay, and onychomycosis nail fungus, okay. These are certified applications. This is the Discovery Pico. Few words about the Discovery Pico and the Pico technology in particular. We could talk for, I don't know, 2-3 weeks. What's the main difference between a standard or normal Q-switch laser and a Pico Q-switch laser? The difference is mostly, exclusively, technically speaking, on the pulse duration. Q-switch laser, active Q-switch laser, work in the range of 6 to 30 nanoseconds. Okay, it depends on the wavelength, depends. Pico lasers work in the range of picoseconds, which is 1,000 times shorter than a nanosecond. For physical reason, the shorter the pulse duration, at the same level of energy, higher is the peak power. Okay? Higher the peak power, better the results, deeper the penetration, safer the effect, and a lot of other things. This is very important, because when you will see someone that pop into your clinic and say, my machine is 2 joule energy, wonderful. Their machine is 1 joule energy, there means of the competitor, wonderful. Apparently seems that the machine with 2 joule of energy is stronger than the one with 1 joule of energy. If you change the pulse duration from 20 nanoseconds to 6 nanoseconds, that difference disappears completely. So the machine at 1 joule of energy in 6 nanoseconds is 3 times stronger than the 2 joule at 20 nanoseconds. Both are Q-switch laser. I know it probably I'm boring you sometimes, but it's very important having this knowledge, because really you believe that you're buying something, you're buying completely something else. This is a typical example of Q-switch for tattoo removal especially. Those that are plug-in system, passive laser, as I told at the beginning, usually work in Tank 64 532 at 20 nanoseconds, no less than that, because with the passive technology you cannot work in a shorter way. So the energy at the same level, it's 2-3 times less in terms of peak power of our standard Q-switch. So tech specs are very important. You think that you're buying the same thing, but they're completely different. And this makes a huge difference, because using a 20 nanoseconds Q-switch, for example, in Tank 64, you have a partial thermal effect. On the long term, after treatments, there's a risk of fibrosis, risk of scarring, that it's not nice. So you remove a tattoo to have a scar, better to have a tattoo. I mean, this is my opinion. Less that. So it's everything important, really. Okay, so in the pico range, we are able, thanks to the pulse duration, to go up to gigawatt of peak power. Consider that a Q switch, the best on the market, can have 170 megawatt, okay, of peak power. Our pico laser, it's 1.8 gigawatts, so 10 times stronger, with an energy which is less of the Q switch. We work in 0.8 joule. A Q switch work at 1.2, 1.5. This is the example I wanted to give you, because otherwise people don't understand, why should I invest so much in a pico when I have more energy with a Q switch, or what's the reason I'm investing in this? So it's very important. So apparently laser, it's a simple device, but it's not. So when you have to take this decision, you have to take it properly. So our pico works in all the modality apart the long pulse. Work in pico, 450 and 375 picoseconds, depending on the wavelength. Works in Q switch mode, so in nanosecond, double pulse nanosecond, and free running. So you have a complete range of application, okay, more than what you can do with a standard Q switch. You can do also fractional ski rejuvenation, which you cannot do easily with a normal Q switch. What can I tell you more? Another advantage of having the pico, and then I finish on this argument, is that having that kind of energy is very important. I'll give you an example, because you are able to break the particles, no matter if it's the ink or the melanin, whatever, in a smaller particle, and then, for example, in case of tattoo removal, making the tattoo removal itself much easier and quicker. Or you can destroy smallest particle. In case of pigmented lesions, you can destroy up to few nanometers of size, and then you can hit perfectly the melanocyte or melanosome even better. Okay, this is very important, because if you have that peak of energy, you don't simply destroy them and then you don't obtain the results you expect. The result doesn't come, or there's a rebound of the problem every time. These are the specs of our pico and Q switch. We will see later if you want, if you prefer to have more information. This is a chart that is explaining you, even comparing the pico laser on the market without saying you what are the others. The peak power. Okay, I don't know if you have already heard about other pico silicon in the market. If you heard about other names and companies, I'm not interested in the names so far. What I'm going to show you here is that the blue one is 1.8 gigawatt. The second most powerful picosecond so far available on the market is the purple one with 0.8 something gigawatt. The others are all in the range. For example, the red one, we are in the range of 0.335 something gigawatt. So even in the pico field, there's a huge difference. And apparently, they have all the same, or pico pulse or energy, but it's not like that. So that's what I wanted to tell you is, before taking any choice in this technology, read carefully all the tech specs, make all the questions, and if you can, even try the machine. Okay. These are the application of use of our pico laser, that remove a benign pigmented lesion, hair lightening, skin rejuvenation, and air conditioning for the therapy. These are the two devices I told you. There are two cavities inside. There's a long pulse laser exclusively for hair removal vascular lesions. Okay. It's not the main topic today, but just in case, if you're interested, if you want to have more information, you can talk either to Jim, Russell, or Simone later on. Very effective device, especially the Duetto. It's a mixed technology. It's able to emit at the same time, simultaneously, NDR and Alex together. So practically you can treat all the skin type for hair removal and vascular lesion. All the skin type, I mean all the skin type, even the blacks. Carefully, but even the blacks. These are the application, permanent hair reduction, skin rejuvenation, onychomycosis, dermatology, vascular lesion, warts, and so on. This is the combination I told you in the beginning. So, long pulse Q switch, inactive mode. As you can see from the picture, you have either fiber for long pulse laser or an articulated arm for Q switch. These are very interesting devices for multiple applications. Usually for those clinics that don't have that much room and they don't want to invest so much money for 2-3 devices. Okay, this is the right choice. Q+1, we have the 1064 or 1320 in long pulse and the standard Q switch. Q+2 or MK2 at the long pulse Alex in the Q switch. And DK is just a Q switch and long pulse in 1064 532 for vascular lesions. So I guess indication of use, in this case you can do see even permanent hair reduction that usually you can do with a standard Q switch because this has a long pulse wavelength. On top of all these possibilities, our system has a port which is in the front of each device, which is called Twain port, where you can have at your choice either an IPL with any wavelength or an erbium-ion pistol, passive laser in this case, which is an ablative laser, skin resurfacing, acne scars, lifting, whatever, okay, as an option. Then you don't have to buy a brand new device, but you can just have an handpiece with a much less investment. Of course, you don't have the same power of an active laser as I told you at the beginning, but it's a good compromise in this case. This is the IPL. Now, few words about this laser, then you will see more into the details. U-laser MT, totally different application. We are in the range of skin resurfacing, lifting, scar revision, wrinkle revision, okay, skin rejuvenation in general. It's the unique device in the market that combines 2 wavelengths simultaneously. Ablative means cutting effect, okay, absorbed by the water. Non-ablative means thermal, purely thermal effect. Together. So it's fantastic technically speaking. So you can, for example, using for skin rejuvenation, skin resurfacing, lifting or whatever, you can use this machine, which a percentage of ablation, so ablative wavelength and non-ablative laser. You will see this later on in specific cases with Dr. Mark Jeffrey over there. That will talk about the application of this laser, so he will tell you much more than I can tell you. It's a unique device. It's called U-Laser MT. This device can also upgrade it with a vaginal handpiece for the feminine rejuvenation. But this is another option. Just to show you, these are the possible emissions. The emissions you can do with a mixed technology. So you can either have single emission in one wavelength, single emission in the other wavelength, sequential emission, one wavelength before the others, or vice versa, at your choice, and mixed mode, so simultaneously, one on top of the other. Technical wise, it's an amazing thing. This one is a device that's exclusively for vascular lesion application. It is mentioned here because it's a device which is in competition with the dye laser. Probably doctors are here know what a dye laser is. It's a very big device, usually of this size, usually used in a clinic, then in the hospital for vascular lesion, port stain, all this kind of vascular application. It's generally a very expensive device with very high cost of maintenance. We have been able to put it in this size box with no consumables at all, no cost of maintenance, nothing. It's an interesting device. You will see later.